Hello and welcome to this episode of Between Coaches. I'm Kerri Ralston Jackson and I am your life transformation specialist. Today, we have the honor and privilege of having April Johnson with us. And April is an AFMC certified functional medicine coach and an integrative health nutrition coach. And there they go. We were just talking about the dogs behaving. We didn't even get past the intro. So anyway, so forgive our pets if y'all hear them. So anyway, April and I are actually in a program together. And when I learned what she did, I was very excited to speak with her. And I have had a consult with her and I'm excited to work further. But the idea of adding functional medicine to the missing components of treating physical illnesses is phenomenal to me. I've in my own health journey, that is one area that I have explored. And so this idea and understanding of approaching that from a coaching perspective, rather than just a doctor going, okay, well, it's this, and being done with you and not spending the time to talk and to coach you and to help encourage and support in a way that a coach can. So meeting April was a blessing for me. And I wanted to bring her here so that she can bless you guys also. So April, would you introduce yourself?
Yes. So I've been just certified as an applied functional medicine coach through the School of Applied Functional Medicine. So that's like pretty exciting for me. So I am a health coach and I fell in love with health coaching pretty much after my own health and wellness journey. So going back about probably 12-ish years, I started getting curious about the food industry and I started watching documentaries like Food Inc. is the one. Have you ever seen that one, Kerri? Food Inc.?
I have not. No.
You should check that out sometime. But it's always one that I'm like, if you don't know about this, like go check out Food Inc. But that was literally the documentary that just like changed everything in me and my husband's life. Once we learned about our food, like GMO and organic and how it's raised and even the animals, we just could not go back to eating the way that we were eating. So we started implementing food changes and started eating more organic, less processed. And as I was making those changes to the food, I started noticing changes in my own health. Now, I've never been formally diagnosed with anything, but I definitely know I was dealing with digestive issues, thyroid, hormone, sleep. And when I was making those changes, less processed, less sugar, more whole food, my symptoms started to go away and I lost weight. That was another huge one. So from there, it was like learning to cook and planting a garden and canning and preserving. And I just got so much involved in holistic health and wellness. I just wanted to learn more. I was like a sponge. I was like, I want to learn more. And so over a course of like 6 years, this was like, I have all of this knowledge. I know why people are sick. How can I help people? And this is when I came across health coaching. I actually had a friend who went to the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, which is a year-long health coaching program. And I saw she had her certificate on Facebook and I was like, what is a health coach? Like, I didn't even know what a health coach was at the time. And so she was telling me about it and I'm like, that's what I want to do. I want to be able to help people make changes to their food, to their lifestyle, so they can have a healthier lifestyle, so they can overcome health issues and feel better. That's what I wanted to do. So I went to the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, went through that year-long program. And then I had my first client. And she just wanted to be able to meal plan and grocery shop, make her meals. She wanted to run a 5K. She wanted to do all of these things. I'm like, all right, I can help you. But then after like we started working together, I mean, she was dealing with thyroid issues. If you're dealing with thyroid issues, and I mean, even though you're on a medication, it doesn't necessarily mean that your thyroid is like functioning optimally. And she was always tired, so fatigued. And she wasn't able to do and hit those goals that she wanted. And I felt as a coach, like I couldn't help her either. And it was very frustrating for me as it was for her. So that's when I was like, all right, I got to do something here to help her. And that's when I started learning about the thyroid a little bit more. And then I started doing some thyroid courses. And then I stumbled across functional medicine. And that is, I just fell in love with the concept of getting to the root cause of what is going on with a specific individual. Like that is really the way to help someone overcome any type of health issues. So I was like, all right, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to be functional medicine coach. And that's when I enrolled at School of Applied Functional Medicine and I completed their program and now I'm certified. So that's just a little bit of my background and how I got to be a functional medicine coach.
So that's wonderful. So functional medicine, like for those who may not understand it, can you explain the differences of, tell us what that means?
Yeah, sure. So functional medicine is backed by concepts that there is a root cause to health issues, and we have to identify what that is. Versus our current healthcare system, which unfortunately is more, and I'm talking more for long-term, like chronic conditions, not any type of a short-term acute, anything like that. But it's really is symptom management at the point, you know what I mean? If you go to your doctor, you like, oh, I have, this symptom, this symptom, this symptom, you get a lab work done. If you're outside of range, you're probably going to get a prescription, right? But functional medicine looks at, what a person is experiencing. We do look at lab work too. And, an important piece about the lab work that I'll just throw out here too is reference ranges are just what they are, reference ranges. They're like, that really what's optimal for you. So I stress this to my clients all the time. It's just because you're in with reference ranges doesn't mean you're not going to still experience symptoms. And this is like a common thing that I hear from a lot of the women that I deal with, especially when it comes to thyroid, is because they're still dealing with thyroid symptoms, but they're being told their thyroid is fine. But yeah, it's really about addressing that root cause and not breaking the body up into systems. Our body is one, and it really should be looked at as one. It's a whole, as a holistic approach. It's a whole body. And our systems are so, our bodies are all broken up into, we have the endocrine system, we have the GI, you have the cardio, you know what I mean? Like it's all broken up. But yeah, we treat the body as one and we look at the interconnectedness. And a lot of the times it's going to start mostly in the gut too. I mean, that's really like the main focal point when it comes to our health is healing the gut. But yeah, so functional medicine, again, going back to that, is really about addressing the root cause. So you address that root cause, correct what that is, help support it, optimize it. It's going to actually help a lot of the other issues downstream. I hope that all makes sense.
I understand it, but I understand the concept of functional medicine too. So, so yes, it's that idea of treating a person as a whole.
Yes.
Whether or not we're talking about, that we can look at the whole physical body, but it's also addressing mindset, addressing, emotional levels. It's that holistic wrapping it all into one. That I really like and respect. I mean, my business name is Living the Whole Life. That's the idea, is that we are as whole as we can be, and we address the entire being as one. So that aspect of addressing the physical body is why I personally like functional medicine, and really, like, I was so excited when I found out. I was like, functional medicine, what?
You were really excited, like, yay. Awesome.
Yeah, you didn't even, I mean, that didn't even come through in the text probably, but yes, that is, you said that you have some passionate things to share. What would you really want people to know, where you're coming from, how you can help them, that's not just out there everywhere?
Yeah, I mean, my passion is really to help women with their health. I mean, I have worked with quite a few female clients, and I like the most common stories I hear from them is they are just so frustrated with our current healthcare system. They don't feel like they're being listened to. Their symptoms are all in their head. And like no one can figure out what's going on with me. I mean, and I'm experiencing all these symptoms, but they say everything's normal. Like, and I think they seriously lose hope that they're never going to get better. And that there's something wrong with them and something's broken. And I want them to know that that's not the case. That is not the case at all. You know, our doctors in that field are only trained and know only so much, you know, like they know their stuff. And, you know, I know it can feel very frustrating for the women. And that's where, you know, I want them to know that there's this other side that you can go to, which is the functional medicine side. You know, I take the time, my intake is 90 minutes long, and I am sitting there listening to my client's story for the majority of that 90 minutes, because I want you to share with me what is going on with you. Like, talk to me about it, share it with me. What do you think could be going on? You know, and I think a lot of women also, like, they just don't feel like they're just listened to, you know, like they just want to be able to have that conversation with their doctor. But we all know that they're under a time constraint with the insurance companies. Like, they can only do so much. They can only spend so much time with their patients. And that's where I think that's it's really missing, is that, you know, the doctors don't have that time. And so when you work with a coach, like the coach and client have that time to have the conversation and be open about it. But, you know, I want women to just, you know, have that hope again, that you can get better. You can feel better. You can have your energy again. You know, you can get through your day. But it's, you know, addressing what's going on. And that's what I'm very passionate, is like trying to help you identify. Is it a gut issue? Maybe you're having digestive problems. Maybe you have low stomach acid. Maybe it's just malabsorption and inflammation, or it's thyroid. Like, let's explore this together and figure out what it is. And then we can start addressing it. Sometimes it's like making food changes. It's lifestyle changes. Sometimes supplementation is needed. Sometimes it's meditation. Like, you need to tap into your parasympathetic nervous system and calm your system down, like get out of that stressful state and more into a relaxed state. But yeah, that's what I'm very passionate about, is helping women identify their health issues and really just bringing that hope back, and that they're just that their bodies are not broken. It's not broken at all. And work on identifying what's going on for them so they can feel better and get their life back.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
So you mentioned like a 90-minute intake.
Mhm.
What can a person expect after that 90 minutes? Like, walk us through your program, your programs, whatever your options are. Can you elaborate on that, and how that's structured?
Sure, I can do that. So first you'll do a consult with me, which is a 15-minute, that's a free call. And that's really just you tell me a little bit about what's going on with you, what's going on with your health, and then I can share with you how I can help you. And from there, if you want to do the intake, it's 90 minutes with me. It's a very thorough intake form. I want to say it's like 16 pages long, but it covers everything about you. We have also a symptom questionnaire, which is very helpful as well. So if you're dealing with like GI issues or mood issues or hormone issues, those are all included in there. So those are important to know. And then lab work. Not essential necessarily, but lab work is always great to kind of see where you're at. And then when that meant, like, you give me all of your paperwork, I actually go through it and review it. And I start putting together what I think could be going on, what the root causes are. And they're just possible root causes at that time, you know, because that may not be, we could explore it and it may not be it. But I start putting that together. And then we will meet for our 90-minute intake. And like I said before, the majority of the first half is going to be you sharing with me what's going on with you. And from there, I mean, it's like pretty much an open, organic conversation where, you know, I may ask you additional questions. A lot of times there are even things that clients share with me that they didn't share with me on their intake form. some pretty important information too. I mean, these things happen. So that's why it's really great to hear from the actual client, like in their own words, versus just me reading off the intake and then just going from there on the intake form. And then from there, I'm just going to really share with you the possible root causes and explain to you why I think that is. And then we can talk about recommendations like lab work, if you need some additional lab work, and other type of recommendations like maybe some food changes, maybe some supplements to help you. And then from there, I mean, those are all you're going to get out of that intake, is some really good recommendations to get you started. And then from there, if you want to work with me to continue on, because I really do encourage women to work with me. I have a 3-session package, and that is spanned over a period of time, like 6 to 12 months. Because, you know, when we're doing all of these changes and we're making changes to food or supplements, I mean, the healing takes time. So, you know, we could meet every so few months, just to check to see where you're at, see how you're doing. If anything else comes up, we always address that. I mean, the protocol that I put in place in the intake is always changing. It's never going to be the same, but a lot of things do come up as we're on our journey. I mean, if we start peeling back layers, you know, there could be like some emotional component stuff that comes up, you know what I mean? Like, so there's a lot of things that can come up during our journey together. But that's how I work with my clients, from the consult to the 3-session package.
Okay, that's beautiful. So what would you, do you have anything else to share? I guess is kind of where we're at, or do you feel like you've expressed your the point you were wanting to make? I know you were like, I want to say, so I want to make sure you've had a chance to say.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Cover it. Yeah.
No, I mean, I feel I have. I just, like I said, like I mentioned before, I just want to give, you know, want women to understand that there's other options when it comes to the healthcare. And, you know, if they feel like they're not being listened to and they're not being taken care of, and they're just frustrated because they're just not getting answers, and they want to, you know, approach the alternative side of things, as they say, that's what I'm here for. Functional medicine is amazing, and I truly believe that as time goes on, it could very well be the way of healthcare. Who knows? I mean, I feel like as more people start to realize, like, our system, unfortunately, has a lot of flaws, and is unfortunately pharmaceutical dependent as well. And, you know, I think people maybe want to go more of the natural route, holistic route, and want to explore that. And I mean, because I know a lot of my female clients don't want to be on you know, they don't want to be on medications. They don't want another script. They just don't want it, you know? And again, that's where, you know, if you work with me, then we can identify what's going on.
So talking about alternative, would you care to share about what you're adding to your practice?
So right now, sure, I can do that. So right now, that's another piece I guess I should throw in there, huh? So yes, I have been really into energy medicine, and I know you are as well. And we are in that same group, currently learning more about energy medicine. And I fell in love with this because I have been on my own journey for, wow, it hasn't really been that long. I started dabbling in energy healing probably about 2-ish years ago, but I didn't really start getting into it until late last year. Everything that happened last year was just crazy. And I was in a bad place in my life and in my own business. And I was like, felt very called to work on myself because I felt like there was something there. And I started doing meditation, and I started going inward, and I took some courses that has been very helpful as well. But I'm currently learning Reiki right now too, which I have been doing for me. And I have been uncovering so much about myself. on the emotional side of things that was really affecting me and how I was showing up in this world and how I was able to help women and even just taking care of myself. I mean, even as a health coach, last year I was in really bad shape. I mean, I was overweight and I was dealing with some major stress. I was dealing with a lot of health issues. And I knew I needed to take better care of myself. And so being on this journey, I was able to take care of myself. I was able to lose weight, been able to, like I said, uncover some very deep rooted emotional traumas and pains and be able to process and release them. And learning Reiki has just been amazing. And I am so excited to be able to bring the energy medicine concepts into my coaching to be able to help women. You know, the functional medicine side is more of the physical body side, which is so important. But unfortunately, we also need to make sure we're staying balanced and we're looking at our mental and our spiritual wellness as well in order to really, truly have overall, health and wellness. So that's what I'm very excited to be bringing in to help women, because I know that a lot of the women that I've worked with, including myself, there is some low self-worth. There's a lot of people pleasing. We're always putting ourselves first, or not putting others in front of ourselves, not taking care of ourselves. And there's some other things too, but, working through that is definitely going to be a really added bonus to help women with their health. So again, yeah, it's functional medicine and energy together as one.
Right. Coming at it from my perspective, I started off seeking physical help, and unfortunately, I didn't find help in the way that I was looking for it in that arena. That's why I'm excited about talking to you. But I started with the energy work side of things, and I started working with my emotions and dealing with it from that level. And like in the very beginning, when I started my own journey, I literally could not get up and walk from my bed to my bathroom without feeling like I was going to pass out.
Oh, wow.
So I've come a long ways addressing that component. So I'm seconding what you're saying, that idea of that wholeness and treating the body and the emotions and the spirit and the mindset that go with that is so crucial to have whole healing, to be that whole person that we were created to be. So yeah, I'm excited for you about adding the energetic perspective and being able to look deeper into how the emotional side of things affect health issues.
Absolutely.
The whole idea that disease is broken down to dis-ease. So there's something going on there with that it's this imbalance, and there's something that's causing it.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm excited for you to be able to marry those two concepts together.
I know. Yeah, me too. I mean, I am, like you said, the imbalance. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. And when you start learning about how emotions are trapped energies in our body, and we can hold on to them, and they can actually create dis-ease. They can manifest into dis-ease. And the only way to really help, in our health, I mean, just like I said, the physical side, but really working through the emotional side. It is such a huge component that maybe a lot of people don't even really understand that, like how traumas and trapped emotions really do affect their health. And so being able to share this with others and help them with their stuck energy, I think it's going to be amazing. I'm very excited about it.
Yeah. So do you want to tell us how to contact you, or how can someone schedule an appointment with you?
Sure. Well, you can, I'm actually working with a wellness center. It's called Firefly Hollow Wellness Holistic Center, and they have a website, fireflyhollowwellness.com, I believe it is. I think that's what it is. And you can also, you can find me on Facebook too, if you want me to share that too, Kerri, and if you want to put that in the comments down there, I can share that too. Those are probably going to be the two best places that they can contact. When you go to the actual website, you can go to the book page and you can just find my name, and then you can do a consult, a free 15-minute consult with me through their website.
All right. Well, yeah, we will absolutely add that to the comments down below this video so that you can contact April. Any closing thoughts or anything else you'd like to add?
Let me think here. I don't think so. I think I really expressed myself pretty good.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that with people who see and listen to this really pick up how passionate I am about this. It is my mission, my passion to really be able to help as many women as I can with whatever health issue that they have. I mean, my special I'm specialized in helping women with thyroid and gut issues, but it goes so far beyond that. But I'm very passionate about helping women, so I just hope they picked up on that.
Yes, absolutely. I did, and it's inspired me to get back in my calendar. And oh, good grief, it inspired me to get back in my calendar and schedule with you. So I'm excited to follow up with that myself.
Awesome. Good.
All right. Well, thank you, April, and I appreciate your time and your talents and your passion and concern for the people that you serve and the people that you just meet on the street and smile real pretty at. Because I mean, you can just tell. You can tell when somebody's sincere and genuine, and we need a lot more people like you in the world. So I appreciate you being here and giving us your time and wisdom.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.